Thank you, Peter. You know, October is around the corner, and that means I've been here 8 months with y'all. Isn't that amazing? 8 months? Is that accurate, or am I making that up? Because they've gone by quickly, and I feel right at home. So I just want to thank you all for continuing to make me feel right at home. I'm just so grateful to be here. Sorry, that was just a thought that came to me through that time of music for some reason, so I had to share it. All right, but back to the text. You know, I can easily imagine each disciple making a case for their own greatness and a case against the greatness of the others. Do you know why that's so easy for me to imagine? Because it's often the conversation I have in my head with myself. Maybe you do too, but I know I do, right? It seems maybe that we are always establishing pecking orders of greatness. Look at the pecking orders in our world and country together. I mean, today. They are all around us, aren't they? America is the greatest nation of them all, right? God bless America. Not anybody else, but just America. Right? But we live with and participate in them even if we did not create them. Oh, I'm so sorry. This mic today is... Okay. We hear the narrative, citizens are greater than migrants. The educated are greater than the under or uneducated. The rich are greater than the poor. The employed are greater than the unemployed. English speakers are greater than non-English speakers. Men are greater than women. And straight people are greater than gay or lesbian people. White or light-skinned people are greater than dark-skinned people. The gifted and talented student is greater than the student in shop class, maybe. Christians are greater than Jews, who are greater than Muslims. And the list could go on and on, can it? Yes? I wonder what pecking orders govern our lives today. Who are the winners and losers in those pecking orders? In what ways are you and I striving for greatness? What arguments or conversations about who is greatest are we having within ourselves or others? I obviously don't know what the disciples said or how their argument about greatness really went, but I am convinced it did not bring out the best in them, right? Striving to be and arguing about who is the greatest rarely brings out the best in us, I believe. That may just be the greatest humanitarian crisis in our world today, to be honest. We strive to be the greatest human being instead of bringing out the best in our humanity. So, more questions. I always have a lot of questions. I'm very sorry. But what if we have completely misunderstood what greatness is really about? What if Jesus is reversing everything we thought we knew or had been told about greatness? Whoever wants to be first must be last of all and servant of all, is what we heard. That's how Jesus understands greatness. Last place? Really? I ask myself. I don't think I've ever argued about or striving to be in last place personally. Anyone has? Probably not, right? Last place is the last place I want to be, and I suspect that's true for you too, right? What if greatness in Jesus' mind is not about how much we have or what we have accomplished, but about what we've offered and done for others? What if greatness is not about the position or place we occupy, but about the space and place we offer others? What if we stopped arguing about and striving to be the greatest, and we sought to discover or recover and bring out the best in ourselves and each other? What would that look like in our lives today as a society? Here's another way of getting at that. So I wanted to take a moment as I ask this question to all of you. Who is the best person you've ever met? Just think about it for 5 seconds. And I'm not asking about the greatest, but the best. Why did you pick them? What qualities or characteristics make them the best? I'll let you sit with that for 3 seconds. I'm guessing it wasn't their fierce competition or their indifference to the well-being of another. I know when I think about that, I know for me, it's not because of the position they hold or their reputation. And it probably wasn't because they praised you or told you what you wanted to hear. And chances are it wasn't because they were rich, powerful, or successful. And I'll bet you didn't review their resume before naming them as the best person you've ever met. I'm betting it was because of their authenticity, honesty, and integrity, because that's been my experience. You could count on them, yes? They have your back. They were there when you needed them. They saw you, respected you, and listened to you. They took your life as seriously as, and sometimes more seriously than their own. They spoke truth even when it hurt because they cared about you. They saw more in you than you often saw in yourself. They believed in you and committed themselves to you. They offered wisdom and insight into your life that was more than just telling you what to do. They cared and made a difference. They enlarged your life and world. They inspired you. They were your strength, hope, and faith when you were weak, despairing, and unbelieving. They made space and a place for you in their life. They made you feel that you were important and mattered to them. Am I alone to have experienced all those things from someone else? They loved and accepted you. They didn't judge, compare, or compete. They forgave you. They freed you from the pecking orders of your life and world. They brought out the best in you. The bottom line is that they put your life and well-being ahead of their own. They called you into your better self. They helped you recognize the way you want to be and live. And if you already knew this, they helped you remember when you have forgotten. I know for myself, I do wonder what others are saying about me. I ask myself, am I the best person someone has ever met, or am I just arguing about my greatness? And boy, can I say a lot about an individual right now on a platform talking about how they're the best at everything. I believe Jesus is always naming and calling forth the best in us. For God's sake, for the sake of the world, for the sake of ourselves and one another, let's stop arguing about who is the greatest. Amen? If you were to be the best person someone has ever met, what would you want them to say about you? What qualities or characteristics would you want them to describe? Pick a couple of things or ways you would want to be. How are you going to become that? What parts of your life need strengthening in order to become that? And what parts need changing in order to become that? And so I am with those last questions. I know there was many. What would it take today to offer another the very best of yourself? Amen. Feel free to respond to all those questions or any thoughts you have. Yes. When you talk about who inspired you. Yes.